welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Keto Simple. My name is Dustin. I'm so glad you're here. This stream will be starting soon, so grab your coffee, get comfortable, and settle in. We're building a strong and supportive community, so say hello in the chat, ask questions, and feel free to use super chats if there's anything that you want to see highlighted. Thank you for being here and being a part of this journey. Let's keep it positive and respectful as we connect and grow together. I can't wait to get started. There we are. Hello, everybody. Super glad to be here. Super glad. Hopefully, we'll be working. Thank you all for your patience. Technology. Let me tell you. Anyway, thank you all so much for your patience. Thank you for letting me restart that. I didn't want to do that because it's a whole mess to restart everything, update the thumbnail, do all that stuff super duper quickly. But we got it done. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Rick is here. Andy is here. Aaron is here. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let's go. Let's go. Thank you all so much for being here again. Looks like Rick found some duck eggs, and Aaron is saying, I'm glad you found those duck eggs. And anyway, here you go, Rick. Let's get dangerous, my friend. What we need, Rick needs to sell. I was thinking Rick needs to sell duck calls. Because whenever he actually shows up to a meetup, he can walk in a room and we can all just do duck calls. You know? Andy has got pork shoulder that we keep forgetting to put in the slow cooker. That's what they're going to have for dinner tonight. Okay, so far you guys ain't missed much because I just got here, but anyway. All right, Evil Lynn is here, she says. Where's Dustin? Why is it not showing? There it goes. It's so easy to get frustrated by technology, and technology just has a way of just getting under your skin and making you so angry, for me at least, angry. That's one reason why whenever Chandra and I upgrade phones, we get the same phone. She doesn't need the phone that I have. She doesn't need the newest, best cameras and all that stuff. I mean, I record with my phone. I edit things with my phone. I'm doing social media with my phone. My phone gets put through its paces every single day. And she doesn't need that. But the fact is, she gets the same phone as me. So whenever she has an issue, I know exactly what's going on, and we get updates at the same time. Well, we usually get updates within about 24 to 48 hours of each other, even though we have the exact same phone. But, you know. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Your summoning spell worked. Yeah, and Brian said that I must be lost in the World Wide Web. And again, thank you all so much for being patient with me and helping me get through this, because it's easy to let your emotions run wild and get upset about things and ruin the whole day. Like, it's one of those things I always try to tell people. It's like, don't let like a minute of agitation or a minute of something that goes wrong in your day ruin the whole day, because it does. It can really, truly just creep in and just like Our son, our youngest, was had hurt his knee, and we were trying to go to these minute clinic places, and we went to like two or three different places. And like the first one we went to, their website says they take walk-ins and they have a clinic there. And we get there like, oh well, we haven't had that in 2 years. Like you could have updated the website. And then we went to one place that his work had recommended, but they only go there if it happens at work and work has sanctioned him to go there. So like we're driving all over the city trying to go to one of these places, and he's just frustrated and angry the entire time, just being nasty. And I'm like, look, I'm driving you around, making sure you get where you need to go, get what you need, and you're just being so nasty. And I was like, anger and just that can just it just grows. Anger and all of those things, like just it's like a cancer. It just grows and builds and builds and builds. Negativity, the anger, that just grows and builds. And I try not to let that enter my life as much. I mean, I'm human and it does. I get mad, I get angry. Chandra makes me angry sometimes. Chandra makes me mad. And I'm sure I know I do it to her. It's just the nature of relationships. There's never going to be relationships if you don't make each other mad. But how you handle being angry, like for me, like I do my best to not call her names. I don't. I don't fight with her. Usually I just kind of like I gonna you know. And this is a perfect example of things like today where things just do not go the way you want them. But I'm dedicated to being here for you all because you were important to me. I could have just said, you know what, this isn't working. I'll see you next week. But that's not what I didn't want to do that because I look forward to these Sundays. I look forward to being around all of you. I look forward to talking to you guys and having discussions and hopefully growing and having new people show up and have them come in and understand that we've got an amazing community and we're here to answer questions, and we're not here to judge or nitpick or be the keto police, the carnivore police. We're not here to put our views on anybody. We're not here to ensure you live like I live, but we are here to share our experiences. We're here to share our triumphs, our weaknesses, our failures, our strengths, what's worked for us, what hasn't worked for us, why we think it didn't work for us. And even if it doesn't work for me, it might work for you. So that's why these Sundays are so valuable to me. So even being extremely irritated with technology, cameras, computers, all of this, I'm still here. I still show up, and I'm thankful that I have each and every one of you here with me to make it to where I want to be here. I want to spend time with you. I want to get to know each and every one of you better. I want to see you guys at meetups. I want to be able to, I'd love to be able to go to those Florida meetups and Georgia meetups and Wisconsin meetups and Michigan meetups. And I live in Indiana. So, I mean, I usually go to any meetup, usually within about 3 hours, provided I don't have other plans or, other things going on. Ugh, other things going on. So, I mean, like I went to a meetup yesterday. It was about a 45-minute drive. Not bad. We've got a meetup here, May 24th, here in Amo, Indiana, Central Indiana, West Central Indiana. You can find all the information that you need on that at lowcarbevents.com. You can message Jackie, make sure she gets the money that she needs. Hold on. I'm gonna sneeze, sneeze, sneeze. Woo! Uh-oh, Chris is texting me. Let me see what's going on. Okay, I gotta read that a little bit. All right, okay. All right, I can't wait to read that. That's gonna be funny. Okay. So at least we know Chris is awake. We don't know if Ash is awake, but I'm sure Mel's napping on the couch or wherever, and they'll be here shortly, I'm sure. Great theme for a live. Restarting your diet like you have to restart technology. And there's no shame in it. We have to restart things sometimes. I've just restarted Triple B and E like a dozen times this year. I did it for a good solid month. And then I've been trying to get back on track, and we've talked about the kids being here. We've talked about them bringing in the worst possible stuff. I even brought it up in the meetup yesterday. At the round table, I was like, "Did you guys know that Rice Krispie Treats makes an ice cream sandwich?" I do. Ask me how I know. But that's like opening the freezer and seeing something like that, right? Mm. Andy says she loves us, or that we love you, and Susan says hi. Well, I hope you wonderful ladies are having a wonderful morning. I see. Let's see. Might have to send someone out to look for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sean's going to the two. Sean and Shell are going to the 2KK cruise in December. Wish we could go to Alaska, but the whole pesky work thing is getting in the way. Yeah, I know, or the lack thereof for me. But we'll see what's going on. But that surprise that we're talking about that's coming up, that we'll be talking about in a couple of weeks, is probably going to hinder the ability for me to find any kind of need actually go get a job. So we'll figure what's going on. I have a big mouth, so some of you do know, but please do not share that. I'd appreciate that. But it's coming. The world, the widespread thing is coming, and you'll know. We just got to wait for some things to fall into place. We got to wait for some things. We got to wait for some confirmations. You know how it goes. Anyway, let's see. We're talking to each other. Excuse me. Andy got passport pictures last night. Yeah. Oh my goodness, they're gonna get German passports. Are they gonna smell like Wiener Schnitzel? I don't know what's going on. Don't mind me. Uh, oh my good. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Yes, yes. Let's bring the good mood back, baby. Yeah. Breathe. Breathe in the air. And, Rick says the intro music sounds like the intro music to the Formula One races on Sky Sports. I don't know anything about that, but that sounds cool. Yes. Technology can't get you down. So tell us what you had to do. So I had to restart my computer, and then when I brought back, so I have a webcam. It's an Elgato face cam, and I got it used from a buddy for $70. It's like $150 webcam, and I got it for $70. And it's a great cam. It looks fantastic. It looks a lot better than the built-in cam that's in my laptop. And I have GoPros and all that stuff. I've got a couple of GoPros, but um they're fickle too. They would freeze up and do all that stuff. I had a lot of trouble with the GoPros. They would freeze and they'd be like this side would be good, this side would be frozen. So I don't know what it is. There's just no perfect webcam, I'm guessing. But you do with what you have, and this works fine for now. I just got to restart and be angry, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. And I don't really, like I said, things cost money and I don't have a lot of it. So, you know, yay, the beard is back. Yes. People saying that we're back. That's fantastic. I'm glad to be here. Patricia, thank you for being here. I appreciate you very, very much. Sean says, that's why I live in the country because it only takes a minute of traffic to ruin my day. Traffic does not ruin my day. It used to. It used to all the time because I live on the far west side and I worked on the northeast side, and I would drive, and traffic dictated how early or late I was to work. So I could leave every day at the same time, and there could be a 30 to 40-minute gap in between when I got to work. I could get to work 10, 20 minutes early, 10 to 15 minutes early, or I could be 45 minutes to an hour late. And work doesn't care. And there's no way that I mean, like, you're truly at the mercy of traffic at that time. You leave early enough to get there on time on a normal day with a little bit of a buffer if there is some traffic or something happens, but you just get stuck sometimes and there's nothing you can do about it. And works don't, I mean, works will understand to a degree, but they don't care. You're either here or you're not, and it doesn't matter. So that would stress me out. But now, like, one of the things that I would do, like, even when I was driving for the railroad, it's one of those things like they're paying me by the hour. I don't speed. I usually set my because they're like they have a thing where they want you to be 5 miles under the speed limit, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. That's kind of dangerous because if you're going slow on the interstate, you're more of a hindrance than you are, you know. So that's not as safe as it sounds. It's all good in theory, but yeah, you're in the right lane. But if you're going slower than semis, that's dangerous. And but I don't care about traffic. Get stuck in traffic. I don't care. I'm sitting there. I got a podcast going. I'm doing whatever. I'm just sitting. You know what I mean? Whatever. So yeah. Hmm. Andy upgraded phones. I upgraded my iPhone from an 11 to a 13. Susan went from 8 to 11. We got one for my mom as well, so she can call her family via WhatsApp. Teaching a 77-year-old how to use a smartphone drove me crazy. Well, sometimes, sometimes just someone who's 45 drives you crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's like my dad, my stepdad. He had a smartphone for about a week and he just couldn't figure it out. And he has a flip phone and can't figure it out. I don't understand why I can't hear it. I'm like, you got to turn it up. How do I do that? These little rockers on the side. Oh, and then it still doesn't. Then he gets rid of it, and I can't get a hold of him. Drives me bonkers. Ugh. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side. Yes, that is very, very true. Yes, it is. Bride's biscuit is in the house. So glad to see you. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Aaron says, Yoda says, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Good quote that is, or whatever, whatever. Hmm. Don't judge me. I'm here all day. Yeah, Andy says anger and lack of communication doesn't solve anything. We need to talk and sort out what is wrong. My daughter has learned that in our new marriage. Yeah, and her new marriage. Okay, I was confused for a second. Don't worry about me. I'll figure it out. I'm along for the ride here. Carl is in the house, my friend Carl. He's a good friend to me. Said, I can't chat much today. Danny Beach's dog has his upset tummy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where is Danny Beach? Someone text him. Tell him to get here. And Tanya's in the house. Ooh, ooh, Tanya's in the house. Woo, hoo. Oh. Rick says, gonna run. I'm gonna go look at buying a model train set for my grandsons. We'll have fun with it. That sounds like fun. I love that kind of stuff. One thing they don't have anymore that you don't see anymore are those. I mean, you see them, but they're usually like super duper cheap now. But like the racetrack sets, or like the train sets, the racetracks. I remember I had the one I was super excited to get. It was the turbo trains. And maybe I can find a picture of it online here. Maybe I can find a picture of it and we can look it up. Let's see. It was a Tyco turbo train. Let's see if I can find a picture of this because I remember I wanted it so bad. Gotta see which one I had. I think I had this one. No, that's not the one. I don't think that's the one that I had. Maybe. Let me see if I can figure this out. Because mine had a loop in it, and it. This might have been it. We'll see. Hold on a second. I'll get it for you guys here for a quick second. Doing this stuff on the fly is kind of because try to download an image and it's in a silly. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it because you could like make it like made it a circle and just like go around real fast and mess with the cats at my real dad's house. You know what I mean? Like, so let's look at this and I can make a big picture of it here so you guys can see what it looks like. So this is what it looked like. It was super cool, man. You know, when you were a kid, it was like, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it's like like they don't make this stuff anymore. It's weird. I don't understand why they don't make it anymore. Maybe I mean kids have changed in video games and all that stuff. I mean, I'm answering my own questions, but I just want them to make it because I want it. I want what I want. Thank you, Evelyn, for posting lowcarbevents.com. I appreciate that very much. And Tanya says, "Good morning, ladies and Dustin. I can be a lady. It's fine. I don't care. I've been called worse. I remember one time I was walking into Service Merchandise and I had a goatee, right? So just like picture this and about this long, this, and I had long hair. I had hair, right? I still had was long hair. And the lady was like, "Good morning, ladies." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Okay, she just can't see. That's fine." I didn't get mad. I didn't get angry. I thought it was funny, to be honest with you. Cindy says, "Good morning. I know I'm late. Sorry." Well, it's okay because you missed all the drama. You can go back and watch the original one from this morning. And then, yeah, because this is the second live today. This is the second one. Oh my goodness. Sean says, "Wow, that sneeze reverberated through my subwoofer. My dog jumped a mile." Oh, I love that's the best part of today. The best part of waking up is sneezing and scaring Sean's dog. Oh yeah, see, even Evelyn says you missed the fun, Cindy. Good morning. Yes, the technical difficulties. Somehow, I think all those technical difficulties were probably Cindy's fault. Somehow, I don't know how, but they were probably her fault somehow. That's what I'm blaming. It's Cindy's fault. That's what I'm doing. It's Cindy's fault. Yes. I love this. Have you tried turning your carnivore off and then on again? Yes. Sometimes you just need a reset. Reset. That's all you need sometimes. And it's okay. It's okay. It's easy to just kind of get caught up in things and not know you need a reset. It's okay. People saying good morning to Cindy. Cindy. Cindy got Tanya says she got gifted a membership. Woohoo! I don't know. Was that my gift? Did I gift that membership? I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe it was me. I don't know. Oh, I guess it was. Okay, yeah, she's confirming that it was me. Okay, because I gifted a couple memberships, but I don't remember who they went to. I think even Chris Cook in Nashville got one. And Tanya says, "Oh, and I have Dustin to thank. Well, isn't that? Oh, he is right here. Thank you, bearded angel. Oh, that's so sweet." Sandy Blythe is in the house. Hello. Says, hello, beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Carl says, El gato the cat. Cat do whatever the heck they want. That's our cats. I'll tell you what. Our cats are crazy, and Reese's Cluttered Kitchen's in the house. Good morning, Reese's Cluttered Kitchen. Carnivore Dan is in the house. Good morning, Carnivore Dan. How are you doing, my friend? I'm glad to see you. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to ask, is this your first time here? But I don't remember. And if it isn't, I don't think it is. But I'm always just going to ask because it's been a day. And my brain is a little on flutter today. So there's that. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Finally a live stream without Papa Carnivore. All right. Searing pork shoulder. I love my new hex-clad copy of a pan. Oh my goodness. Oh, one of the coolest things I got yesterday, I'm so excited, is a teeny tiny little, like, so they did a little giveaway at the meetup yesterday, and it wasn't part of the meetup, it was one of the people that was at the meetup that brought some stuff to give away. Jennifer Lucas got a picture of a painting of a cow, and it was so cute. But there's a couple of these tiny little cast iron pans, and it's going to be awesome because I do need to like smooth it out some. I do need to go in and sand it down so I can season it and make it slick like glass. Like you want your cast iron pans to be slick and smooth, right? And this one's just like, you know how like the Lodge ones come, like, and you buy them at Walmart, they come with, they're all bumpy. They're not ground down smooth where you can season them. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna teach the granddaughter how to cook on cast iron. I learned to cook eggs in a cast iron pan. I wish I knew where that one was. I thought I had it. But I don't know. It might be somewhere. Because I think when my great grandmother passed away, that was one of the things I made sure I got was that little pan, and she had a wall mounted match holder. So like you get the box of matches and you would put it in the match holder, and it had a little thing on the side where you can like it would come out and you can pick a match out and you can reach the side and strike the match. Yeah, I wanted that too. And then there was a couple of things that I wanted. She had a music box little thing that hung by the dining room in the kitchen that you could pull the string and it played a specific sound, and I wish I knew what that sound was, but I can't remember anymore. And it like hung on the thing right next to all of her Tupperware. She had all the Tupperware coffee mugs, you know, the orange and pinks and all that, or the orange and yellows and all that stuff, and the greens. Yeah. Don't say my name three times. What happens if you say Tanya three times, Tanya? Huh? What happens? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm not that far behind in the chat. That's okay. That's okay. Not that far behind in the chat. That's all right. My foot is itchy. Just thought you should know. Cindy says, technical difficulties with all that equipment is why I keep it simple. You know what? You're not the boss of me. Much like Cindy, your Elgato cameras don't like coffee. I don't know. Probably not. Aaron's got to go shopping. Have a great day, everyone. Well, thank you for being here, dear. Good luck shopping. I've been to Lowe's like a bunch this week. You'd think I knew what I was doing, but I do not. Yes, everybody, hit the new and improved like button. It's shiny. So shiny and new. The Love Boat. People saying goodbye to Aaron. Risa says, I am pooped. Got little sleep. Would be sleeping if the dog didn't wake me. Couldn't sleep. Oh, I hate when I can't sleep at night. And that's one of the major reasons why like triple B&E is so important to me. Because if I'm eating off plan, I don't sleep well. And it's not like I'll fall asleep fast and I'll sleep for maybe an hour or two because like the carb dump will just make you pass out. And then I wake up and I'm like sitting up and I've got heartburn. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. I'm trying to burp and it's just awful, 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 awful. So the last 3 days I've had beef and eggs. Yesterday I had some chicken wings because that was the best bang for my buck. And so I had some chicken wings. When I came home, I had some more burger and eggs. Been on an over easy egg kick. It's pretty delicious. I need to make some bacon this week. I've got about 8 pounds of bacon in the fridge to cook. Sean says, Shell is on call this weekend. She just got called in. I think she missed your talk of not letting a minute of frustration ruin your day. Yeah, it happens. Arisa says, if I went back to sleep, I would oversleep. Well, set an alarm. Andy is making coffee right now. Pork shoulders in the crock pot and started. So it's time to prioritize my coffee and me. Told Susan to chill out today. Are you guys okay? Be careful. Susan's feisty. And Risa says, Dustin, that could be the reason I couldn't sleep. I was off plan yesterday. 2 of my 3 meals, even with electrolytes, had foot cramps and was overly warm. Yeah. Yeah. Target Prime Rib is in the house. Thomas is here. Good morning, Thomas. He says, hello, Keto Simple and everyone. Oh, my goodness. Yvonne is in the house. I wish I could sleep till my alarm. I hate waking up 5 minutes before. I hate that. Like, it's always like I wake up about a half hour, 45 minutes. I'm like, I gotta pee. And then I get up and go, but then I'm like, I can lay right back down. And then you lay down, you close your eyes, your alarm's like, and you're even more tired than you were before. Yeah. So, yes, I feel that for sure. Carnivore Dan said, I just ate like a pound of bacon. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I love bacon. I need to make some delicious bacon today. OMG. Oh, could it be? Ash Taylor's in the house. And I am super excited. If you didn't know, Ash Taylor is going to be or is releasing a podcast. It's called I had to look. It's like Ashed Up. I gotta remember what it's called. Forgive me. Um, I want to make sure I get it right. Called Asphalt. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right one here because nope, that's the wrong one. There's another Ash Taylor with a podcast. That's weird. Yes, it is called Ashfault Podcast. I think there's another one called Ashfault though. Let me see, because I swear this. They're 2 minute podcasts though. I think 2 minute, 25 minute. They're from like 2023, and it's winning with business. Okay, no, that's a different one. What am I looking at here? I thought that one was called Ashfault. Let me look. That's Apple Podcast. Let me see. Okay, I don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying, but it's called Ashfault Podcast with your host Ash Taylor. Podcast all about life on the road. I'm excited about that. It's going to be so much fun because I love that type of podcast. A friend of mine had a podcast about drummers, and he only did 2 episodes. I mean, he's my friend has passed away now, but he did 2 episodes. It was called the Hardest Hitters or the Heaviest Hitters podcast. And it was great. I love those in depth when you really get a chance to get to know someone and learn like what made them do what they do. And that's what I love. I love that. I love it so very much. So I'm super excited about that. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay, Thomas. I'm okay. You can call me Mr. Keto Simple. Just don't call me Simple. That'd be weird. But anyway, um let's see. Yeah. So people were like, "It's Ash fault" before I ever before I figured it out, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Ash says, "Yes, it's Ash fault. Yeah, I love it." Lisa Ortega's in the house. I got to see her yesterday. The beautiful Lisa Ortega and her wonderful husband James. It was funny because I walked up and I saw Lisa sitting at the table. So I go over and I give her a hug, and then I walk back around the table and I turn around and then I see her husband standing right behind her against the windows. He had like a black hat down. He had like a coat, like a duster on. It was like, and I'm like, I didn't even see him. He was like completely somehow he blended in with windows and a lake. I don't understand how that worked, but he was super incognito. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't even see him. That's because I'm not very observant sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's fine. It's fine, right? It's fine. That's too much. All right. Yes, yes. Make sure you go over to Spotify and go ahead and get ready for that because it's going to be on Spotify. I imagine it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be in all the places. So make sure you're listening to that and getting all your Ash Taylor needs or your Ash Taylor fix. Or, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I checked. She said, I checked. It should be the only one. Okay. Yeah, I'm silly. People saying hello to everybody. Sean says, we have some masons around here. They have shirts that say, if you don't use concrete, that's your own ass fault. That's awesome. There we go. Here's your link to the Asphalt podcast. Make sure to subscribe over on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find your podcasts. Mel says hello. Ruh-roh. This is very true. Keep it simple, stupid. It's like one of my favorite quotes by Rosie Perez. Why you so stupid, stupid? That she was. Yes, I gave her 2 hugs, one in the beginning, one in the end, 2 glorious hugs. I should start charging for those. Then I would have even less money. Okay. Yeah, Lisa's in on this. She's like, "I need an ash fix." Ash is is it ash fixation? No, I don't know. Don't mind me. I'm just here. It's fine. Yes, hugs, hugs, hugs. Lisa's never listened to any podcasts. Oh man, I listen to podcasts all the time. Used to, there's a Disney Dish podcast I like. I used to listen to Tesla Daily for years, and then let's see, there was a DIS Unplugged or something like that I would listen to. They would talk about all the Disney news, and um, there's a bunch of drama with that a couple years ago. Joe Rogan, I like a lot of different podcasts. Some of them, the ones I really like, just disappeared. Like the two keto dudes disappeared. You know, Chris is in the house. Where's he at? Chris says, "Hi, I'm out of my monthly shower and feeling like a hot piece." Well, it's better to feel like a hot piece and smell like a hot piece. You know what I'm saying? OMG, Christopher. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys are insane, and I love it. I love it, boys and girls. Marisa listens to a few podcasts. She says, I listen to a few, mostly about food. I also like We Could Do Hard Things. Lisa says, when are you and Chris going to be near Indiana? Truly would love to hear you sing. And Ash is like, Lisa, let's see, you might enjoy them live streams in a lot of ways. But no live chat, just good conversation. Yeah. Let's see. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. This is the month of with soap or without, Chris. Let's see. Sherry on a low carb journey is in the house. She says, "Hi, friends. Just stopping by for a minute before getting ready for church." Well, thank you. Thank you so very much for being here. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you, and especially you coming in and hanging out with us. Let's see. Andy says, Ash tours in Greenville, Ohio in September. I have to see where that is. Let's see. Let's do Kokomo, Indiana. Greenville, Ohio. That's a 2-hour drive. It's a 2-hour drive. It's basically just straight east, a little bit southeast of you. 2 hours. 92.2 miles. Cindy says, I had set up some lives into a podcast on YouTube. Not sure if it was done right. Yeah, all you do is when you create a playlist for your stuff and you just create the playlist as a podcast and you put all of your lives into that podcast, into that, and it'll create it so over on YouTube Music, they can pull up your stuff as a podcast. That's how that's done. Pretty simple, quick to the point, no faking. Who's going to go and cook some bacon? YouTube tour information in the chat. Sherry says she likes the unashamed podcast with the Duck Dynasty crew. Oh, let's see. Tanya says hugs sometimes hurt. I'm 5 foot, and people squeezed me too hard. Be careful. Yeah, 5 foot is a little small, but that's okay. Ash says that Lisa hugs are coming your way. Should possibly be in Indiana. Hopefully, sometime later this year. We'll keep you posted. Yes, indeed. Knoxville, Tennessee, on the 21st. Dustin is here. Dustin at Play is here. Good morning. All a little late, but I made it for a bit. Well, that's okay. You missed all the technical difficulties, and this is the second live this morning, so you'll have that. Let's see. Carnivore Dan saying I need to go see a Bucky's sometimes. They're awesome. I love them. I think I mean they're not necessarily carnivore friendly. I mean they're cutting up brisket. You can get the brisket plain. I'm pretty sure you just got to ask for it. Um, all their jerky is pretty not clean and it's expensive, but their turkey jerky is so good. It's not clean, but it's delicious. It's perfect for road tripping, and I think it's one of those concessions I'm willing to make as a road trip food. It's a kind of like, it's not the best, it's not clean, it's probably got a lot of carbs in it. Like, I don't even know. Let me see if I can find out. Let's see. Let's see. Bucky's pepper nutrition facts. It says carbohydrates 0, but I don't know what the serving size for that is. So let's show more. It says the ingredients are beef, water, salt, pepper, natural flavors, and sodium nitrates. So I mean I don't know if that's what's in the case. Yeah, I don't know. But it's delicious for sure. Some of our favorite beef jerky ever. It's not beef. It's our favorite jerky. It's not beef because it's turkey. That's how I know it's not beef because it's turkey. Because it doesn't go moo, it goes gobble gobble. And but have a great day. I think somebody said they're leaving. What's happening? I don't know. Lisa's never been to a Bucky's. Well, that's got to be rectified. You got to go down to Bucky's. There's one in Bowling Green, and there's going to be one in 2026 opening in and around the Dayton area, so not too far. There's the tour dates for 2025 in the chat. Everybody, check a look at that. Cindy's bragging that she lives 5 minutes from a Bucky's. Oh, maybe it's Sean that's leaving. Sean, I'll see you later, my friend. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know what's happening. Going from PA to North Carolina, will I see a Bucky's? Let's see. I don't think so. Okay, Sean's not leaving, Dan's leaving. Let me see. No, there are no Bucky's locations between Pennsylvania and North Carolina. Bucky's is a chain of travel centers primarily found in the South and the Southwest. And while they are expanding, they don't have stores in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or North Carolina yet. And there are plans for a Bucky's in North Carolina. It's just not open yet. So when do you plan to go? When are they building in North Carolina? Those plans, we'll find out. Let's see. Bucky's is the best around. Carl says, one of my favorite podcasts, Was I in a Cult? There was one that I really loved. There was like Song Exploder. I think that one's still around. Um, there was one that would like talked about like why MTV did what it did and why it made sense. Went from playing music videos to being basically like infomercials and reality shows. Um, yeah. So there's been a lot of amazing podcasts over the years, even amazing YouTube channels that I loved. One of my favorite YouTube channels was first called Rob Plays, and then that changed to he changed the name from Rob Plays to Main Street to Midway to Main Street or Main Street to Midway or something like that. And he would go into all this cool stuff about Disney and the history of Disney and all that stuff. It was pretty amazing. But yeah, carnivore dances. I am not super strict, perfect carnivore. That is one of the things when it comes to people who claim who are carnivore is they typically seem to lean more strict. So I usually am more cautious when I'm recommending things to people who are carnivore because most of them do tend to lean more strict. So and my thing is I don't want to offend people. I don't want to be assuming of people. But I mean we do what we can, right? Well, your cat loves you, Rick. That's fine. Oh, let's see. Sean says, got to make Sunday morning keto chow waffles this morning. Rick says, no Bucky's, but I do have Duckies. There, you're not far. You're not far from a Bucky's, Rick. You're in Miami. Let's see how far. How far to Bucky's from Miami? Oh, let me see. I don't understand what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see. There's Daytona Beach and let's see. Oh, so they're north of Orlando. Okay, so they're farther off than I thought. Never mind. Yeah, they're north. They're northeast of Orlando. So yeah, you're not going to ride your bike up there. So there's that. Chris said, I just walked downstairs and my wife said, wow, you're hot. At least I'm pretty sure that's what she said. She may have said, hey, what's wrong with you? That may have been what she said. Hey, what's wrong with you? And you're like, wow, she said, I'm hot. That works. Sean says, you can't get rid of me that easy. Well, I wasn't trying to get rid of you. I was just trying to make sure that I was saying goodbye to whoever was actually leaving. You know? Lisa said, on my way home from the meetup yesterday, I stopped at the Amish market and picked up some awesome Amish butter and prime rib burgers. That sounds fantastic. Because I see any of you next Saturday in Florida. You will not see me next Saturday in Florida. I can guarantee. What is the date today? I might be. I'm hoping to see Paul Bearer next Saturday. We'll have to see. I'm going to see Paul Bearer next Saturday because they are the great band. I love Paul Bearer. If you like any kind of music like me, then Paul Bearer is probably for you. They're a kind of they are like a doom band, but they're like very there's like an emotional aspect. I don't know. It's hard. You just have to listen to it. Um, they're good. I like them. I've seen them twice. They're so good. Sean says, I'm thinking orange cream for his chaffles. Dustin at Play said, "Oh, I really like the Rob Plays channel. I did too." And then he switched to Midway or the Midway to um, Main Street to Midway or Midway to Main Street or whatever. And then like he just stopped putting out videos. So I don't know what happened, but that was one of my favorite channels. I loved watching that. And I loved Food Theory until Matt Pat stopped doing it. The new guy just leaves something to be desired. He also did a podcast called TTA. I'd be interested in that if he was, Lisa says, hint hint, when Cindy invites James and I over, we can stop by at the one closer to her. Yeah. I mean, you're going to stop right by there anyway because you're going to go off the interstate. And it's right there at the interstate. Oh my goodness. So Evelyn says, I just got a big bag of orange cream and dug out my hoarded butterscotch packets and started using them. I was over at Jennifer Lucas's house yesterday. She has a big bag of butterscotch, a big bag of, I think she had a big bag of butterscotch. I might be mistaken, but I know she had a big bag of orange cream. I thought she had a big bag of butterscotch. She has like all kinds of, she has so much keto chow. It's crazy. And keto bricks, like for the end of the world. Uh, you know, yes, Rick says, I can walk to Ducky's. Sean says, super ticked at Amazon right now. Our Ninja Foodie broke last week. Our replacement was supposed to be here yesterday. Now they're saying the 28th. Well, that's not good. Lisa said, I wonder how the keto chow pistachio would taste in butter bites. I haven't tasted those, so I don't even know what pistachio tastes like in keto chow. I think I have a packet of it. Maybe. Thomas, have a great day. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you very much. She may have also said, "Hey, you snot." Could be either way. Yeah, I mean, I think you still heard it right. I think you have a right to think whatever you to put words in your wife's mouth. You know what I mean? And your wife is pretty cool, so I'm pretty sure she said something along the lines that you're a good looking man. I don't agree with her, but I understand why she would say that. But you know, I'm just kidding. Oh, let's see. Dustin says, I'm having some coffee with 2 drops of sucralose and a teaspoon of beef gelatin. What other things do people like in their coffee that's not standard? I mean, I put butter in my coffee as well as heavy cream. I'm starting to think maybe beef gelatin. I need to see if I can find beef gelatin in bulk because yes, I can find it in like a small bag at like a 16 serving bag at Walmart. So it's 16 tablespoons. And I was thinking about putting some gelatin into Chandra's coffee, but That's only 16 servings. That's 16 coffees for like $5. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm already adding a lot of butter and that adds up. And then I'm adding the espresso, that adds up, the hot water, electricity, you know what I mean? And I'm just curious, like I need to see if I can find beef gelatin in bulk that's cheaper in the long run. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't even know if she'll like it. I have to try. I'll try it first and see if she likes it. And if she likes it or doesn't notice it, then I'll see what I can do. So Cindy and Brian are going to be at the meetup in Claremont. That'll be fun, Florida. And she said that Chris is too much. Big difference. Yeah. Andy said that her daughter or baby girl called and had to catch up to the chat again, to the stream. Sean says, I really love the orange flavored cinnamon rolls. Oh, yeah. Evelyn loves her Bones coffee with keto brains. I put in daily minerals from Keto Chow and Lugel's iodine. Iodine. Beautiful. Dustin wants to try keto brains. And Evelyn says she started trying it because they gave free samples at KPL and she was hooked. Let's see. Let's see. Andy says my coffee is keto brains, collagen, iodine, liquid MSM, and my D3 and K2. That's a lot. And B12. Bingo. Let's see. Chris says, okay, I have my coffee and I'm sitting down. Entertain us. Now, entertain us. What am I, a dancing monkey just for your entertainment? Is that what I am? Okay. I love butter coffee. This is delicious stuff. Rick says, my coffee is ice water. Well, that's because you forgot to put coffee in it. I mean, you do get by about as cheap as possible eating all the free food that's just right out there. The ducks, the iguanas, whatever. Let's see. Bride's Biscuit says butter and MCT 8 in my coffee to get my fat up because I can't afford fattier cuts of meat. Oh. Like, people were talking that like you can get the chuck rolls and stuff that are pretty fatty, and you can get, if you buy them in bulk, you get them pretty cheap, like $3 to $4 a pound. Evelyn says, Dustin, people are drinking coffee. As you talk smack about Chris, and Carl almost lost his coffee through his nose. Well, that would burn. That would not be fun. That would not be good. I don't think he would enjoy that very much. Let's see. Evelyn, I really like the nootropic icing from Keto Brick, and I think that's based on keto brains. I do not know for sure. Rick says meetups are not allowed within 2 hours of me. It's an unspoken rule. So here's the deal, Rick. I know that you are not a fan of places like Buffalo Wild Wings, but they usually allow for things like meetups. How about you do a Rick meetup at Buffalo Wild Wings or somewhere around you like that does allow for meetups? Create a meetup. Get people to come see you in Miami. I bet there's a lot more people around you than you are aware of. Create it, put it on low carb events, and see who shows up. You go on enough carnivore chats to get people who are out and about. There's got to be more people in Miami. You know, you know what I'm saying? Get it done. If you can't get to one, bring them to you. Dan said, "Yeah, we don't like meetups in the septic tank." That's true. That's true. Risa says, lately it has been daily minerals, keto brains, and a scoop of cinnamon toast collagen in my coffee. I have to order keto. I have an order of keto brains on the way. Yeah. And Evelyn's telling Dustin that she has never tried the new Tropic keto brick. I haven't tried that one either. But yeah, that's what it's based on. I asked them to remake the keto brick with tallow. That would be a good one. And Rick says, when you are poor, you have to be creative. 1000%. And Lisa will return. She needs a refill on her coffee. Chris says, my coffee is blended with butter, iodine, salt, a splash of cream poured over ice to stabilize the emulsification, maybe a little allulose. That sounds like a delicious coffee. But I find that I drink iced coffee too fast, and that's a problem. So when I was like when I was making cold brew, so cold brew is automatically going to have more caffeine. So you got pour over coffee, like drip coffee has a level of caffeine, espresso has another level of caffeine, and then cold brew is like off the charts, right? So I was making cold brew at one point in time, like 2.5 gallons a week, and I was drinking 2.5 gallons a week, and I was making a cup this big, and I was drinking two or more of them, like about two a day, with a little heavy cream in it, and it was cold, and I would just drink it so fast because it tastes like chocolate milk. I don't know, something about good cold brew coffee and some heavy cream is delicious, tastes like chocolate milk. I love it, and I was drinking so much, I was like having way too much caffeine during the day. It was crazy. But yeah. Anybody got money for the peanut butter keto brick and tallow today? I'm clean out of money. I don't have any money for that. I do want to try the grape. I do want to try the grape what's it called? The grape Redmond's Relight, the stuff for kids. I hear that's pretty good. I'm gonna try that. Um no Costco or Walmart, so chuck rolls are non existent here. Well, that's rough. Andy said spent $300 on bags of butterscotch and chocolate malt, so I'm broke as well. Oh my goodness. Canal side meetup hosted by Rick. I mean, you live near the ocean. It could be a beachfront, you could have a beachfront meetup. You know what I mean? Are there places on the beach, like public beaches, where you can like grill meats and stuff? Have a meat grill up. You know what I mean? Have people like BYOM bring your own meat, grill on the grills. If you build it, they will come. Just Jason Keto's in the house, my friend. Good morning. So glad that you are here, my friend. Andy again is having a meetup on June 28th in Eaton, Ohio, 1 to 5 p.m. Should be fun. It will be fun. Be sure to go to lowcarbevents.com to find more details and where Eaton, Ohio is. And if that's close enough to you, come on by. I'll be hanging out with you. My plan is to be there. Let's see. Right now on Amazon, 80/20 ground beef is $1.49 a pound. How is that even a thing? I need to look that up. Andy is still adding allulose to her coffee, hoping for weight loss. So far, nada. And Chris has ordered more allulose. Let's see. If you have Amazon Fresh Prime, take a look. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. What? That's rude. Rick said, Big Brother won't even let you cook on the beach anymore. Well, listen. With everything going on, I'm going to end this right now. I love all you guys. We've been through it today. Don't forget, May the 4th, we'll be back with another Keto Crusade with Victor and Chris and myself. Anyway, I love all you guys. Sorry to cut this short, but, you know, things have got to be the way they are sometimes. But anyway, I love all your faces, and I'll see you next time.